Hey, Mike, you know what I think would help Vivi out here? Look for a set of front tires with a very low
Milo
tread.
Laxon.
That might help her out, make it less sensitive.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Okay. All right, looks like I got some turn marshals here. Good stuff. Do I have the right side of the course
45
covered?
45 seconds to the start
Yo,
of the
my
race.
drivers from the third race out here at turn marshal, please. We're looking for Brian, Theo, Martin, Joe, James, George.
"30 seconds to the start of the race.
Okay, so that's going to be...
Currently up, race number 1. Rookie. Heat 1 of 3. Blake Rooks.
All right, I'm just working on getting the
15
transponders
seconds to the
assigned
start
here.
of the race. Less than 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, am I missing any drivers? Let's see, got Isaac, Blake, Cindy, Noel, Milo, and Viviana on the list here. Is anybody else going to join us? All right, folks, so keep on driving. Let's see, yellow and white car, what's your name? Isaac, okay, cool. I'm going to hand score you. So basically when you cross the line, I'll push a button and I'll get your lap times. Cool. So keep on going, drivers. Just keep on driving. I will score you. All right, this is the first race. So this is known as a live loop start. Basically, I start the race while you are all driving. That was really, really cool, Milo. That was awesome. I hope I got that on video. Yeah, we're going to be streaming today. That way you guys can watch your races later. Oh, careful on the back straight. Go wide, go wide. All right, we got Isaac going 20.8, Viviana going 24.4. Everybody else still working on lap number 1.
Cindy Rooks.
All right, folks. Got Isaac working on lap number 3 at the moment. He's holding down the 1 spot. Viviana in the 2, followed by Milo, Blake, Cindy, and that is your full race lineup so far. Oh, careful on the back straight, drivers. Careful on the back straight. That is clear. All right, Blake, Isaac on top of the leaderboard, followed by Blake, Viviana, Milo, Cindy. Careful at that last jump, drivers. Careful on the left side. Last jump on the left. All right, 130 down, 130 to go. All right, Isaac currently working an 8-lap pace. Got Blake an 8-lap pace, Viviana 6-lap pace, Milo 5-lap pace, and Cindy a 3-lap pace. Got minute 10 remaining, drivers. So boot camp, we do shorter runs. They're 3-minute runs, but if you come out on a Wednesday night or a Friday night, we typically do 5 or 6-minute runs. Wednesday nights, usually 6 minutes. Friday nights, typically 5. All right, drivers, 45 seconds left. Isaac still holding it down. 9-lap pace in the works, driving to yellow and white. If you see that car coming up, give him a little bit of room. He's on a good run right now. Blake holding down the 2 spot, just ahead of Viviana. Viviana a couple laps up on Milo. Milo right there with Cindy. We got 30 seconds left, drivers. Race number 1 on track. Race number 2 will be up momentarily. 15 seconds remain. Five seconds, drivers. Keep on going.
What's that?
Isak Youfam done. Viviana Rulas done.
All right, a few more cars to go. A few more cars yet to complete the final lap here.
Blake Rooks done. Milo Laxon done.
All right, one more car. Oop, a little trouble there. Thank you, sir.
All drivers are finished.
All right,
Cindy
that'll be a
Brooks
race,
done.
drivers. Isaac going 9 laps. Blake going 7 in 3:11. Viviana going at 7 in 3:20. Milo going 7 in 3:38. And Cindy going 3 in 3:49. All right, folks, we're moving into race number 2. All right, this one's going to be Juan, Werner, Mike, Sean, Rich, and Alex.
Werner Gerola. Sean Torres. Alex Dang. Mike Rulas.
Okay, so that transponder must be Juan. Okay. Yep, okay.
Juan de Leon.
All right, if I can get all my drivers from the previous group to make their way to the racetrack, I'm going to
Rich
need a
Bryant.
little bit of help turn marshaling this race. So if you are unsure where to stand, there are a couple orange dots out there which are safe locations.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Although there are some... Let's see, let's get Cindy, if I can get you on the green dot a little bit further
45
down.
seconds to the start of the race.
That direction. If I can get you over by that white stripe on the wall. Like there's a white stripe kind of on the wall over there. If I can get you kind of on the green dot
30
by the
seconds
white
to
stripe.
the start of the race.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm at the other green dot.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Cindy, can I get you on the other green dot, please?
Less than 5.
Yeah. All right, we got all of our turn marshals out here. Got everybody checked in. We are about ready to go racing here. I believe there's a car down on the right side, so be careful, drivers. Got a car down on the right. Oh, man. All right, well, we are going racing. We are down one car. Let them rip, guys. Okay, 15 seconds in. Everybody's off to a start. Careful on the left side, drivers. Be careful on the left. All right, good work, good work. 25 seconds in. We got Mike going 18-9. Werner going 26. Juan going 24. Careful on the back left corner. Back left corner. Be careful. Oh, somebody's stuck in the corner. And that car has been freed. We got 45 seconds in, 2:15 to go. Right now it's Mike, followed by Juan, Werner, Rich, and Alex. 50 seconds in. Careful in the middle of the track, drivers going crosstown. Careful on the back straight, go outside on the back straight. That is clear. 105 down, 155 remains. We got Mike out front, 2.5 seconds up on Juan. Juan just half a second ahead of Werner. Werner 14 ahead of Alex. Alex just 2 seconds ahead of Rich. So we got some battles. 120 in, 140 to go, drivers. Oh, careful at the last double, drivers. Careful at the final double on the left. Be careful. Okay, left side is clear. We got a minute 35 down, 125 remaining. Got Mike Rulas on a 9-lap pace. Got Werner on a 9-lap pace as well. Juan currently working at 8 in 3:06. Got Alex on an 8 in 3:13, and Rich just improving to an 8 in 3:09. All right, strong runs from this group. Everybody 8 laps or greater. 55 seconds remaining, drivers. Mike, Werner, Juan, Rich, and Alex, your current running order. Fast lap in this one set by Werner, going 18.2. Got Mike 18.6, Rich 18.6, Juan going 19.1, and Alex at 20.5. We got 35 seconds left, drivers. .25 seconds remaining. Mike now about 13 seconds ahead of Werner. Werner 5 seconds ahead of Juan. Juan 5.5 seconds ahead of Rich, and Rich 2.6 ahead of Alex. Careful, back straight, back straight. And that is clear. I think Rich may have missed a lap on that exchange, so we'll get that taken care of.
Juan de Leon done. Werner Gerola done. Alex Dang done. Mike Rulas done. All drivers are finished.
All right,
Rich
that'll be a race, guys. At the end of that one, Mike going 10 laps, getting the bonus lap. Got Rich going 9, Werner going 9, Juan going 8.3 flat, and Alex going 8.304. Strong run for all these drivers. Good job, everybody. We're moving on to race number 3. All right, moving on to race number 3. That was a good run for you guys. Everybody getting 8 laps or better. Awesome stuff.
10 car Ted.
All right, this is race number 3. Get all my drivers from the previous group to come on out and turn marshal, please.
James Colicchio. Joe Colicchio. George Laxon. Brian Cassidy. One minute to the start of the race.
All right. Looking for Martin. There he is. And
Martin
everybody's
Arroyo.
checked in. Cool. We got our marshals out here. Thank you all.
45 seconds to the start of the race. .30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, looks like our drivers are ready to go, so we are going live loop. Careful on the back straight. That is clear. All right, TQ being set at a 10-lap run. Let's see what these guys have to say about that. I don't know, my gut feeling is that's probably going to put Mike in the A sort. But we will see what these guys have to say about that. We got 30 seconds in. 1 lap in the books for almost everybody. There it is. Got Martin out front, followed by Brian, James, Joe, George, and Theo. Martin fastest opening lap, going 17.7. Brian Cassidy, lap 2 though, a 16.9. He's doing just fine out front. So Brian currently 1.2 ahead of Martin. Martin 1.5 ahead of George. George 0.7 ahead of Joe. Joe 3 ahead of James. And James 1 ahead of Theo. All right, folks, 105 down, 155 remains. Brian Cassidy out front, 11.310. Martin Arroyo, 11.316. George Laxon going 10.307. Joe Colicchio going 10.308. James Colicchio going 9.301. And Theo Lynn going 8.302. All right, 130 down, 130 remains. Brian Cassidy, 3.1 ahead of Martin at this junction of the race. Martin that time by going 17.4. Theo setting the PR, 18.2. A minute 15 remains, drivers. Brian, Martin, George, followed by Joe, James, and Theo. 155 down, 105 to go. Careful first jump. That is your race leader on his lid. And we'll see how that affects the pace here. 1 minute remains, drivers. 1 minute to go. All right, 40 seconds left. It's going to come down to Martin and Brian. So Brian run the multicolored ride, the blue, pink, purple, down the back straight. Martin run green and purple. So if you see those two cars, give them a little bit of space. They're on good runs right now. 25 seconds remain. This time by Brian Cassidy, 1.8 ahead of Martin. Martin 2.1 ahead of George. George 5 ahead of Joe. Joe 5 ahead of James. James 4 ahead of Theo. Oh man, that body is hanging on by a thread. Whoa, actually Cassidy able to work the body back onto the car.
Martin
That's quite
Arroyo
some
done.
skill.
10 quartet done. Brian Cassidy done.
And keep going, got a
George
few more
Laxon
cars to
done.
finish. A few more to finish. Team Colicchio still on the clock.
James
All right,
Colicchio
and that
done.
will be a race, drivers.
All drivers
Got
have
Martin,
finished.
wow, taking that one by
Joe Colicchio
1.6.
done.
Brian in the 2 spot. George in the 3, followed by Joe, James, and Theo. All right, folks. I'll be working on the main events here, and they'll be ready for presentation in just a moment. Oh yeah, what Brian's referring to is our Wednesday night program. So yeah, we will be racing tomorrow night. I'll start at 6:30. Welcome to show up early, get some practice. So this is kind of a one-time only thing this weekend. So this Friday, we're not racing this Friday, and that does not happen often. So this Friday, we're taking off, but we are doing an enduro race this Saturday. Saturday night, we're doing an enduro race, 90 minutes, 2-car teams. I suppose if you want to do a 3-car team, we won't. But one of the rules is 1 expert driver per team. So if you guys want to show up, we're going to do race day pairing. We're going to have a little race day draft beforehand. So if you have a partner already, that's perfectly fine. That's cool. But if you don't have a partner, please show up anyway. We'll find you somebody, and you'll have a great time. All right, so working on the main events here. Race number 1, our C group. Gonna be Blake, Viviana, Milo, Cindy, Noel, and Sean. Our second group is gonna be Theo, Werner, Isaac, Juan, Alex, and Rich. And your third group, gonna be Martin, Brian, George, Mike, Joe, and James. All right, folks, we're going to start calling up race number 1. Sean is ready to go. You know what? At the end of this race, since we were talking about bump ups, yeah, let's do bump ups tonight. At the end of the race, I will give the winner of each lower main the option. You can either have a podium picture or a bump up. I think I know what Sean's going to take. All right, so the winner of each lower race, you get the option. You can do a podium picture or you can bump up to the next race. The call is completely up to you. That is if you win. You got to win, though. All right, so Blake, Viviana, Milo, Cindy, Noel, and
Viviana
Sean,
Rulis.
you are up
1
in
minute
race
to the start
number
of the
1.
race. Milo Laxon. 45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I got Viviana checked in, Milo's checked in, Sean's checked in. I'm looking for a couple more racers. They might need a minute, so I think we can give them a minute. I think that's okay.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
So these are 3-minute
Less
races,
than
so I don't
5.
think we have to worry too much about batteries. I feel like I can get 15 minutes out of my car. And I would say about 12 and a half minutes of those, doing race pace lap times. The last couple minutes are a few tenths off, but yeah, these cars are pretty awesome on battery life. All right, I'm going to need some turn marshals. Got Team Colicchio out here. I'm looking for the rest of my A main event. If I can also get Martin, Brian, George, and Mike to the racetrack.
Blake Rooks.
All right. All right, drivers, let's get everyone to the back straightaway. That's the long part on the back of the track. I'm going to give you each a number to go to. Blake, let's get you on to number 1. Viviana, number 2. Milo, number 3. Cindy, number 4. Sean, number 5. So we're going to do a couple practice starts here. So that way, you get some practice before it counts. This is probably one of the few places on earth you can come to get a practice start. That is boot camp. We do practice starts at boot camp. So if you feel like you need some help on your starting game, come on out to boot camp. We'll help you work on it. All right. Got professional grid man. That's fine. All right, drivers, listen for the tone. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a start, complete the lap, and go back to the exact same spot you're in right now. All right, drivers, listen for the tone. You know, starts are difficult. That's why we do practice starts. And that's why we offer this.
Cindy Rooks.
That way you guys get a chance to do it over and over. Repetition, definitely the key to learning. All right, folks, get you back on the same numbers you started on. We're going to do another practice. All right, get that car on the number 5. All right, professional grid men once again making their way to the grid to help you out. All right, folks, we're going to do another one. Same deal, one lap, and go back to the same spot, please. Less than 5. Sean wishes that was the real deal. All right, folks, we're going to do one more practice start. One more practice start. And then after this, it will be the real deal. So if we can get everyone back to your numbers, please. Blake 1, Viviana 2, Milo 3, Cindy 4, and Sean 5. Oh, need a little... All right, while you guys get that fixed up, we'll do some more practice starts. So we're going to try to buy some time for Milo here. We might do an extra practice start. All right, let's get everybody to spots on the back straightaway. All right, folks, we are going to do one more practice start in less than 5. It's okay, Milo. It's just practice. It doesn't count. We'll get you on the next one. All right, folks. Let's get those cars lined up. All right, we're going to put Blake on the 1, Viviana 2, Milo 3, Cindy 4, Sean 5. All right, drivers. One more. Got one more car. Let's put him on the number 3. Way to be, number 3. If we, if someone could straighten the red car out a little bit, please. Awesome. There we go. All right, drivers, best of luck. This is the real start. Drivers, less than 5. All right, good clean start. Got Blake leading him off. A little impact there. That's going to put Sean to the top spot. Sean going from last to first. How long did it take? 1 lap. 25 seconds in. Oh, careful at that last jump, drivers. .45 seconds in, 2:15 to go. Right now, Torres out front. He's 3.5 seconds up on Blake. Blake just 2 seconds up on Viviana. Viviana about 7 up on Milo. And Milo has a little bit of distance up on Cindy. We got 1 minute down, 2 minutes to go. Sean, Blake, Viviana, Milo, Cindy, and Noel, your full running order. Got Sean Torres, fast lap 20.1. Got Blake going 21.2, Viviana 25 flat, Milo going 28.1. A minute 30 down, drivers. A minute 30 remaining. Sean Torres going for that rare boot camp bump up. Normally boot camp we don't do transfers, but we were talking about transfers and I figured, well, best way to demonstrate the concept is to put it into action. All right, $1:45 down, 1:15 to go. Sean Torres, 19.0, way to go. So Sean driving the white, yellow, blue, and red down the back straightaway. Got Blake holding down that 2 spot, Viviana in the 3 spot. 45 seconds remain, drivers. All right, 30 seconds left, drivers. Twenty seconds to go. All right, 5 seconds left, drivers. Careful on the back straight.
Viviana Rulis done. Blake Rooks done.
Wow, Viviana got Blake at the end there by less than a second. All right, so Torres, you want the bump? Stay up there. I got you.
Sean Torres done.
All right, folks. So that's going to make our podium
Milo
Viviana
Lax
on the
undone.
1, Blake on the 2, and Milo on the 3. All right, so Viviana, Blake, and Milo, please grab your cars, head to the podium. Up next is going to be our B group. Sean has elected to take the bump up. All right, might need a few volunteer turn marshals to help out our first group. That'd be awesome. Actually, shoot. Brian Cassidy, can I ask you to be my podium photographer tonight? Thank you. Of course, I'll come down and take your podium picture, but
10 car 10. Werner Gerola. Juan de Leon. One minute to the start of the race.
all right. So the winner of this race gets to join
Alex
the
Day.
A group. Well, unless you want the podium picture instead, it is your choice. Your Choice Tuesday here at NorCal Hobbies.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Oh, careful back straight, drivers. Go wide. Careful on the back straight. Please go wide. Keep going. Keep going.
"30 seconds to the start of the race. Sean Torres. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, folks. Let's get all cars to the back straight.
Less
It's going to
than
be
5.
Theo on the 1 spot, Werner on the 2, Isaac on the 3, Juan on the 4, Alex 5, Rich 6, Sean 7. All right. We got Sean making his way to the grid here. I think you can squeeze through. Oh, there we go. Thank you, sir. Okay, grid is set. Do you guys want a practice start? All right. We can do a couple if you want. All right. Drivers ready. Less than 5. Wow. All right, folks. At the completion of this lap, make your way back to your grid spot. Be Theo 1, Werner 2, Isaac 3, Juan 4, Alex 5, Rich 6, Sean 7, walking speed only on the straightaway. All right, folks, we'll do another one. All right, grid is set. Drivers, less than 5. Oh. It's okay, we'll do one more practice after this. That's what it's for. You know, practice is a good thing. That's how we gain experience. Walking speed only on the back straight, please. Walking speed only on the back straight, please. All right, Theo 1, Werner 2, Isaac 3, Juan 4, Alex 5, Rich 6, and Sean 7. All right, folks, we'll do another practice start here. Drivers ready. Less than 5.
Rich Brian.
All right, folks. Walking speed only on the back straight, please. And we'll get back to your grid spots. Theo on the 1, Werner 2, Isaac 3, Juan 4, Alex 5, Rich 6, and Sean on the 7. All right, folks. We got a grid. We got turn marshals. This is the real deal. Drivers ready. The real start. We are going racing. Less than 5. Looks like Werner making a move to the front. Oh, Isaac up to the 2. Oh, Isaac trying to make the pass. That's going to put Theo back to the top spot. 15 seconds in. All right, just FYI, guys, illegal. Reverse is technically illegal in racing. In boot camp, we just give you a friendly reminder. But on Wednesdays and Fridays, it is illegal. Perfectly fine for practice, though. All right, folks, we got 45 seconds in, 2:15 to go. Right now, it's Theo Lynn, 2.7 ahead of Sean. Sean, 1.5 ahead of Werner. Werner, 0.098 ahead of Isaac. Isaac, 2 seconds ahead of Juan. Juan, 2.1 ahead of Alex. Alex, half a second ahead of Rich. All right, we got a minute 15 down, 1:45 remaining. Right now, Theo Lynn, 2.2 ahead of Sean. Sean, 6.5 ahead of Juan. Juan, 2.5 ahead of Werner. Werner, 0.6 ahead of Alex. A little trouble there for Sean, but he gets back on all 4 wheels. Minute 40 down, 1:20 to go. A little trouble in the middle. Careful in the middle, drivers. That's getting cleared up. Minute 15 remaining here. Theo Lynn now about 6 seconds up on Sean. We got Sean 4.5 seconds up on Juan. Juan 3 seconds up on Werner. Werner 5 seconds up on Alex. Alex half a second ahead of Rich. And Rich just 9/10 up on Isaac. All right, 45 seconds remain. Careful on the back straight. That is clear. 30 seconds left, drivers. Theo, Sean, Juan, your top three. Followed by Werner, Isaac, Rich, and Alex. 20 seconds remain, drivers. Careful at the final double, drivers. Final double on the left. 10 seconds remain. All right, time has expired. When you cross the start-finish
Sean
line,
Torres
you
done.
will be done.
Rich Bright done. Alex Dang done. 10 Quartet done. Juan de Leon done. Werner Gerola done. All drivers are finished.
All right, that will
Isaac
be
Yoa
a
done.
race. Got Theo Lynn taking the victory. Theo, podium or bump? Podium. Okay. All right, podium. Going to be Theo, Sean, and Juan. Theo, Sean, and Juan to the podium. All right, this is our A main event. It's going to be Martin, Brian, George, Mike, Joe, and James. Maybe I'll get the podium afterwards, guys. Stick around afterwards. I'll get the podium after.
Martin Arroyo. Joe Colicchio.
Hey, Giovanni. Giovanni, are you handy? I guess we'll do it later.
James Colicchio. Mike Rulis. 1 minute to the start of the race. George Laxon. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right.
30 seconds
We got
to the
some
start
turn
of the
marshals.
race.
Get all my drivers from that previous group, please.
Brian Cassidy.
Get Theo, Sean, Juan, Werner, Isaac, Rich, and Alex. Those will be my turn marshals.
15
All right, this is
seconds
our
to the
A
start
group.
of the race.
All right, so we're going to put Martin on the number 1, Brian on the number 2, George on
Less
the 3,
than 5.
Mike on the 4, Joe 5, James 6. All right, now the money question. Do you guys want to do some practice starts? Send it? I heard, okay, raise your hand for yes. I got 2, so okay, we'll do a practice start. Maybe 2. All right, folks. Practice start in less than 5. All right, that was pretty good, guys. Pretty good. All right, let's get back to the grid spots. You guys were ready to go another lap. All right, you guys want another practice start, or are you good? We can do one more if you want. Okay, it sounds like you're ready. All right, folks, grid is good. Drivers, best of luck. Less than 5. Here we go. Got Martin Arroyo leading them off. Martin leading them over that double. Brian having a look. Down the back straight, there you go. It is Arroyo, followed by Cassidy Laxon. That's your top three. Got Mike part of that breakaway as well. Just a couple seconds back. All right, 30 seconds in. Oh, Cassidy losing the 2 spot and getting it right back. So Martin continues to lead. Brian all over the back wing, having a look here. He's looking for that opening. 45 seconds in, 2:15 to go. Martin and Brian neck and neck out front. We got George just a couple seconds back. Got a little side-by-side action here. Oh, need a little help. Sean to your right. Sean to your right. Oh, behind you. Oh, hold on, leave him. Okay. All right, so the battle continues on. Got Martin Arroyo off front. Brian Cassidy in the 2 spot. George in the 3. Oh, trouble for Martin. That is going to allow Brian by. Buck 25 in, 135 left. Down the back straight they go. Brian, Martin, George, followed by Mike, James, and Joe. Buck 40 down, buck 20 remains. Got Brian just half a second up on Martin last time by. As they cross the start-finish line, the gap is now 1.1. Martin 1.5 ahead of George. George 3 up on Mike. Mike less than a second ahead of James. Now that's the opposite. 1 minute down. Sorry, 2 minutes down. 1 minute to go. Brian Cassidy 1.4 ahead of Martin. Martin 1.7 ahead of George. George 4.5 ahead of James. James 0.7 ahead of Mike. Oh, a little pile up in the middle here. 40 seconds left, drivers. And we got George Laxon closing the gap to Martin. Those guys are less than 1 second apart now with 25 seconds left. 20 to go. 10 seconds left. Battle continues on. Martin just ahead of George with the. Looks like time will expire before they get
Martin
there.
Arroyo done.
Gonna be close.
George
Martin
Laxon
taking
done.
that spot just ahead of George. Both of them will be joining Brian on the podium tonight.
Mike Rulis done. James Colicchio done.
All right, folks,
Joe
that will
Colicchio
conclude boot
All
camp.
drivers are finished.
Brian Cassidy taking the
Brian
victory. Martin
Cassidy
and the
done.
2. George will round out the podium, followed by Mike, James, and Joe. All right, folks, thank you all for coming out. I hope to see you all again soon. We will be racing this Wednesday, 6:30. Normally we race Fridays. This week we are not. But we'll be back at it with an enduro on Saturday night, 90 minutes. Thank you again for